Oh, God, how do I do this? So yeah, this isn't Manchester or Nantucket. The weather is actually pretty good up in Nantucket. But this is where the tropical storm is out in the Caribbean. And I figured I would just, you know, one of the weaknesses of all of the Sims has always been how they depict, um, you know, hurricanes. Most in particular hurricanes. So, yeah, this is, it's actually quite impressive, I think. Let's put the drone on. I gotta learn what all these cameras do. And all the friggin' commands. But yeah, the wind here is, according to real world weather, it's, um, I wonder if there's a way to get the real world weather when you're in this sim. Just, bring it up. Seems like you should. According to this, at this little airport, big airport, not real little. This is Maria Montez International Airport, and yeah. So I just picked it out because the weather here was worse than the other places. It looks pretty bad. The visibility looks realistic. The wind is 15 knots. Let's have a look at it's got thunderstorms and rain. Scattered 1,200 with cumulonimbus broken 1,200. Overcast 7,000. Visibility is 5,000 meters. So yeah. Oh, I keep doing the wrong thing. That looks to be about a mile to me. So yeah. If I go back into the cockpit, well, let's see. Let's see, what did I say the wind was? 130 at 18. So we're facing 210, so that would put the wind pretty much directly across us. So I would expect the airplane to be rocking. With an 18-knot wind, it would be like, lifting up a little bit. So just one observation. But yeah. But my thing today is not to fly here. It is to fly. Let's go back to main menu. It's going to be to fly from Nantucket. So let's take a look at what Nantucket looks like. And as that storm develops, maybe we'll go back to it. And the question is what airplane to fly, right? So first off, let's pick an airplane. Could be this one. I was following a thread in a forum where they were talking about a particular airplane, and then it was obviously moving away from that airplane, coming back to it, but they were talking about just the airplanes in the sim and how well they fly, and You know, my feeling is they fly pretty good. You know, don't look too closely at the gauges. Look at your speed. Look at the big six. Don't look at you know, um, prop RPM too much, too closely. Um, and you'll enjoy yourself. You start drilling down on that stuff in a 1.0 version of this sim, you're probably not gonna. You might miss the point of that particular 1.0. Let's see if I put in a flight plan. See how long it'll take if I flew the TBM. New flight. Let's see. So let's go from KCK and. I mean, everybody wants things perfect. I know I do. KMHT. KMHT. And then we'll use Concord as the alternate. I can figure out where it is. There it is. KCon. And if I chose the TBM, this flight would take an hour 10. So it gives us a ballpark. And I don't want to fly the Baron because of the wings and the engines, I think it's just too much stuff in the way. Even though I do want to fly that eventually. And there's the Bonanza. You know, I've never flown a Bonanza, I swear. I've never ever flown it in any sim at any time, I don't think. But if I did choose a Baron, is a BE-58 in this list? B. Seems like it should. That airplane is so friggin' popular. No, it's not. So I don't know what airplane I would use as a substitute. Oh, I think they've got a... Weirdly, I think they've got a Cessna 402 or a Cessna 404. There it is, the Titan. That would take same time, an hour 10, so. Okay, so there's that possibility, but I like I said, I really want to see the sights. And then there's these Cessnas, which are nice. And I'm a little bit tired of these citations right now. They wear me down. There's just so many things wrong with them. Really, I don't need much of anything because I really don't want to deal with the FMSs. They're just awful. So I could fly the Caravan because I don't want to go that high anyway. I think I've flown a Caravan twice. The Diamond. Maybe I'll fly the Diamond. Yeah, I think I'll fly the Diamond. Don't know much about flying it, to be honest. I'll fly the one with the G1000, I guess. Doesn't matter that much. Pretty though, huh? Alright, so we got that. Now let's go. KACK. Nantucket. We can park there. Set as departure. And select arrival airport. What did I say? At KM. Okay. Manchester. KMHT. KMHT. Okay, so that's good. "56 minutes, 118 miles. And that's going direct. Let's say we use low altitude airways. Alright. I'll be real curious about the G1000 in this airplane. Well, I shouldn't get too curious. I can just go VOR to VOR. So this will take us right near Boston. And then probably take us by Hyannis. And then Boston. This guy's always there. You know, I mean, he's a little bit too close. How do you get him to move away? Okay, so let's see. Let's look what's inside. Figure out which set of controls I need. Okay, so really, I don't think I need to do anything. I think I'm all set. Except for the views. Gotta fix the views. Alright, so I guess... It's always tough to figure out how to fix the views. Let's let's use Control Alt. 0 for this one. 0. And then let's back up a little bit and do Control Alt 8. Control Alt 8. And then Control Alt 4. Control Alt 2. Okay. That one worked. The other ones didn't. Okay, so that one worked. Let's go back. Control Alt 8. And then Control Alt 6. Oops, 6. It's weird. I don't understand why it does that. So I think we're all set, aren't we? Let's see, I don't have to worry about the gear. Don't have to worry about the autopilot disconnect, right? Trims. I should set my other trims. Controls. Rudder trim left. No. Cancel. With the yoke. There's 3. Strange. What am I doing? Oh, so it's 3. Rudder trim left. And select the input 3. Validate. Rudder trim right. Alright, so clear that. It's a little kludgy, but it works. Apply and save. Go back. So now that's all set for all my airplanes. Okay. Alright, so let's bring up the checklist. So yeah, they've got minimal checklist for this anyway. Parking brake is oh, there it is. Locked. Good. So is idle, right? Good. Electrical master on. So there's the pitot, fuel transfer, fuel pumps, engine master. What is that? Emergency horizon. Doubt it works. So that should be ready to go. Alright. And starting engine. Strobe lights on. Lights. Okay, that's on position. Strobe. Engine master on. Wait until glow indicator. So this is the engine master, not the electrical master. So let's shut that back off for a second, and then let's maybe, no, not the essential bus. Oh, there's the hobs. And, okay. Wait, oh, wait. Let's go before starting engine. Electrical master. There, no, that's the display backup. Oh, that. Key. Okay. Alright, tick item. Starting engine. No, like that. And let's see, strobe lights are on, engine master on, and see, this is why I've got to sit closer. Can't see these things. Glow on. Oh, nice. My good old DA40. Yeah, I'm learning what you did. Electrical master start. So I don't know if it's going to be this easy, but I would have thought it would have been harder than that, but then knowing what I know about the DA62, maybe not. After starting engine. It's a real simple checklist. This is all they got. Annunciators are all off. Check OK. Tick. And avionics master. Click that on. And parking brake release. Gosh, that's dead easy, isn't it? I'll just go ahead and tick those off. And we'll turn our taxiway light on. Taxi light on. And so just the park and brake, really. So yeah, this has got a simple, it's an easy plane. You will get to know it very quickly, I'm sure. I hope it works out. Let's see, which view am I here? You know, that view's not bad. Let's see, so, you know, I can read everything. That's the trick. I can read everything. It's a lot harder to read things in this sim than it is in the X-Plane. Glass cockpits. I'm having to move closer to see it, so maybe they could change the resolution of their displays or something. So let's see what works, right? Let's see if this works. Okay, and I can click the middle button and move up. Well, that's different. Gosh, I don't know if all these G1000s are all different. So I'm not going to go up very high. I guess I might just go up to, I mean, normally I would probably go up to 10,000. I think I want to be lower than that. Okay, so the flight plan is fine. Now if I click there, alright, and then I can zoom back in. You have my Discord? Let me see if I can get my Discord up. In fact, let me try something. Alright, so let's go here. Got it. I'm gonna cross my fingers here and hope this works. Didn't work. I've got to figure that thing out. There's a thing that's supposed to pop up a URL. That's why I stopped putting things in comments, but oh, there it is. Yeah. So there you go. You just click on that, and if you use Discord, you could just probably just drop it in there. Do you use Discord? If you don't, you should. Where's Discord? Let's see, in terminal. Yeah, we're going to need some checklists for some of these airplanes, I'm sure. I mean, if it's a PDF, if it's something that you can easily do. How much gas we got? Fuel quantity gallons. I'm going to put some more fuel in this thing. Because I don't know. I don't know much about this plane, so basically borrowing it from my friend, right? It's an hour flight. That should be way too much fuel. Yeah, if you sign into that Discord, you could drop it there, and then I could study up on this thing. Is this I mean, do you miss the good old days flying your old DA-40? Of course, now you've got do you have it? You should have it, right? I think this is one of the default airplanes. There's a Bonanza right there. That's a pretty airplane. Next time, maybe. I had an idea. Oh, yeah. Actually, I wanted to fly. I wanted to do a flight. Just the flights I've been thinking about are Hawaii, and I want to go see what Hawaii looks like in this sim. England, and what else? Maybe Outer Banks. I mean, honestly, that's probably about the right view. Alright, so park and brake off. I'm sure there's There's a keystroke for it. Where's the park and brake? Oh, there it is. That's right. I forgot. Just like the A62. Ah. Well, now this is interesting. You know, honestly, wait a second. Hold on. Let's have a look at. Nantucket. Wind's 220 at 9, so we'll take off runway 24. So we want to go out of here and make a left on Echo. Of course, we don't bother actually labeling taxiways in this sim. This thing have an unusually loose nose wheel. Is it like free castering or something? Because it's like floating all over the place. Pretty. I especially like the floating trees over here. Oh no, that's actually buildings. It's trees above them. Okay. But you know, this is it doesn't really. I mean, while it doesn't look like Nantucket, it looks like a believable place somewhere. You know, and I guess that was the big beef about FSX is. None of them were believable. Not one of them. And I mean, you look at that. I don't think the market for airports is going to be nearly as strong as it used to be. Like, I'm not inclined to rush out and go get Nantucket now that I've seen this airport. And I think if they do airports, they're going to have to do an incredibly good job on them. We'll see. We'll see how I feel when I fly into Atlanta or something. No, I think they did a special version of Atlanta. So far, I don't have any complaints about this airplane. You know, that's saying something. That is saying something. I mean, I could find things to complain about, but why bother? You know, it's just sort of a relief. You know, if the basics work, I'll be pretty happy. All right, now here I would imagine I would want to do a run-up. So I will imagine that I want to do a run-up and just leave it at that. So if I cage that, well, it does something. You can cage or nothing. You can't adjust that yellow thing, the horizon. 3007. See, I need to get rid of these friggin' labels. I'm trying to adjust the altimeter, and I can't see it. Oh, wow. All right. So, does the tooltip have the altimeter on it? No, it just... I do not like those tooltips. Yeah, user-friendly for beginners, but you can't get rid of them. So if, you know, is that the right view right there? Or should I be a little higher, you think? Can you see the cowl from, when you're flying this plane? Or is it down like this? So I'm taking off 2, and then I'll circle back around and go that way. So let's set the heading while I'm waiting for... And let's see, I need an altitude. So we'll start out at 2,000, how's that? And then, let's see, does the hundreds work? Yes, it does. Yes, hundreds and thousands, very good. Nav is, let's see, CDI, there we go. So far, no complaints. Still, of course, I haven't tried to do, oh, do I want to piss myself off? Let's see. And it has a VNAV button. I don't think they have VNAV working in this thing yet. We'll check on when we get airborne, but yeah, the fact that they've got that button working, but it depends on how tall you are. Let's see, I think you can see just a bit of the cowl. Yeah, it depends on how tall you are. Yeah, I used to watch people, especially women. Let's see, let's do that. And we'll do that. I like that look. Control. And we'll use that for 0 for now. Alright, now see, it didn't do it right. I'm just going to use it for both right now. Still messing me up. Make some more adjustments to get airborne. I don't know what the right, what I'm doing there, I guess, is I'm setting my field of view, because this is zoom in and zoom out. Alright, okay, so let's see, is our parking brake on? Nope. Alright, so I should be good to go. Lights, icing, pitot, flaps, oh, wrong switch. Transponder, Yeah, see, these labels are weird. Yeah, I used to watch, particularly when they were flying the Cessna 172 that they had out at the club. See someone carrying a cushion out there. Remember the first time I saw a come on, let's go. 182, I saw how big the cowling was in that thing, and I thought, how can you see over that thing? But it worked out fine. I mean, you're sitting so much higher in the 182, so it actually is quite good. I'm going to say rotate, just taking a ballpark guess here. Now, let's get our speed going. All right. And let's go left. Unbelievably pretty water. Really, I should have gone right. Initial climb is 72, then 88 knots, so I'm doing 72. I'm at full throttle, so, you know, I guess I could lower the nose and get it up to 88. You know, let's go fly over the city real quick. Why not? We'll get back on course. Hey, Lucas. Look at me flying a DA-40. Nantucket. This is a fun plane to fly. Incredibly simple. Alright, so we're coming up this way, so. Yeah, incredibly simple. like Cessna 172 simple. Oops. Alright, so good. Here we can click nav. I haven't had a single complaint about this airplane yet. You hit nav and the friggin', let's see, does this have a toga button? Just so I know, it looks like it does. So we're gonna go up to 2,000 at first. So the question is, why is that still up there? Let's click the Alt button. Oh, it's probably because I didn't ever click Alt. So it doesn't make the assumption that you actually want to hold 2,000. Instruments with the G1000 look a little weird. Why do you think it looks a little weird? Maybe you're just not used to it. I mean, it reminds me of the DA62 a lot. Got forward pressure on my yoke. Ease that off. I see, I set that to 2,000, didn't I? Okay, alright, okay. I can't get the flight director to agree with me here. Let's try it again. Where is it? Alt. See, it keeps wanting to go back up there. Maybe. Yeah, see, I'm in pitch mode. Yeah, that's pretty normal though. Yeah, what pilot guy is saying is true. So ground speed, you know, I'm only at 2,000 feet. See, Alt switched itself to. Alright, so let's do a PS up. See if this thing can figure it out. Now when I'm going to fly over that little stretch of Massachusetts. And then when we get to the bay, I'm going to climb up to, say, 6,000. We'll just pretend like approach control is being very nice today, and they are going to let us fly right through the Boston airspace at 6,000 feet, which is really, really nice of them. Well, let's turn that on. Well, look at the scratches on the glass. Compass here is, where's the freaking compass? See, I naturally look for it up here, so you can keep your wings level, you can keep your airspeed. Those are all really nice things. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's a really crappy place to have a compass. You'd think you'd want it over here. Yeah. Realistic. Okay, so let's go to PFD. I mean, I can see the wind right there. I guess that's the wind. Wind. Option 2. Always have to turn it back on. Yeah, they need to bring up the resolution of these G1000 displays. It looks like we got the discount version of the G1000 with a 640 by 480 display is what it looks like. You know, I let the frickin' flaps down. God bless it. I only had one job. Well, take off and then one job. Okay, so now our ground speed is 114. So I've been here years ago. It's a beautiful area. That's Hyannis right in front of us. Pretty sure. 116. Okay. When I get up to 6,000, we'll get some more legs out of this thing. I did turn on the wind, didn't I? There we go. So it looks a little mushy right there. See what it looks like. I don't mind it being mushy. I think there's a few Manchesters. But Manchester in New Hampshire looks to be a little bit on the large side. You know, we've got New York, we've got lots of cities named after cities there. They didn't name it New Manchester. That's a little bit much. They probably had that debate. Should we call it New Manchester or Manchester? What do you think? That's pretty. Let's think how that's an advertisement for Bing. Climb up after we pass this because I just wanted to see it. Notice how this offsets the, you know, just like in the real world, plexiglass would offset the light coming down from the below, so this image is actually, it offsets what's below it by a bit. See where those three white buildings are? See, they're actually up here. I wish that they would put your call sign in here someplace. Always a thing, right? Like a little label right there or something, or over here. That way, you know what your call sign is. If you rented this thing, you'd want to know that. That way you don't have to go outside to see what your call sign is. Stall in this thing. I'm going to just, let's see, so we're going to go up to 6,000. 6,500, how's that? We'll do VFR. And, yes, and we'll start out at 1,000 and see what happens. So I've only got 65% load on the engine because well, now my RPM is dropping, so I can increase my power. Oh, and you said 88, so I gotta reduce that. Let's see, so yes, down. wonder if FLC works. See, let's show it again. Gotta be real careful. Does this have FLC? Yes, it does. So let's do just 102. No, 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 no. It goes up 10 at a time. Unbelievable. Why did they decide that? I mean, honestly, they need a developer for each of the small airplanes to fix all the little bugs that they've got. Then they need a developer for the mid-size airplanes and a developer for the big ones. Probably need a couple developers for the big ones. And then they needed a team of developers working on the G1000. And then they need another team of developers working on Train Simulator to be built into this. Train Simulator, Truck Simulator, all of them. Use the same world for all of it. Take your yoke down, put your steering wheel and your brake pedals and your accelerator, and drive a minivan through downtown Philly. Right, yeah. I haven't tried a seaplane, that seaplane yet. I will. It's a nice looking plane. Yeah, I would at least double the resolution in both directions of this G1000 and then fix all of this stuff. You know, rescale it and stuff like that. We're only climbing at 450 feet per minute. I'm pretty heavy on gas. Because I chicken. Oh, okay. So my left tank. Let's see. Is that sand when I think it's sand? You don't switch tanks in this thing, do you? For a GoPro. Do you switch tanks in this thing? Oh, the transfer button. Let's see, so that's here. So I guess it tells you, you get a warning message that it's imbalanced. It's getting closer. I'll stay inside the cockpit until it straightens itself out. So yeah, I mean, in terms of airplanes, my favorite airplanes in this sim right now are the low and slow ones. Oh, you don't. You just have to look at it and figure out when it's when it's back in an acceptable range. No way to transfer it back, huh? One directional. I flew over this in X-plane with V-States. A while back. Well, a month ago, I guess it was. I think it looked at least this good. We're barely climbing. Look at that. I can't go any higher because of my RPMs. I should have flown the SR-22. Did this thing have an SR-22? I think it does. I like flying this. I mean, you gotta love this cockpit, right? How are we doing? I'll let the left get a little higher than the right. So I've got one passenger, this much fuel, and I mean, it's really barely able to climb with my RPM way up there. Well, close to the red line. All right, that's good for the transfer. Get our RPM back down in the green. There we go. All right, so if I go to flight plan, click the knob. Okay, it lets me do that. And then I go to here. And let's just turn that green. No turning that green. I can't read what that says. See, they need to work on these displays. It says 6,000. So let's just... Yeah, that's just... They're working, they must be working on the VNAV. It's good to see that you can put the cursor over there. It's good to see it holds altitudes. No options down here. There's no VNAV anything. So it's clear that you know, the cursor's moving too fast. All kinds of things. See, so our transfer's off. Fuel looks good. Manchester 190 at 8. They've got a runway 17. Airport elevation is 266, so pattern altitude would be about 1,300 feet. What's the landing speed on this thing? So that means I need to descend 5,000 feet, so 15 miles prior. I must have my frame rate set to 30. I thought it had it set to 60. I've got no complaints about 30 whatsoever. $60 would be great, but the TDI was 73 knots, but don't remember the NG, but a bit higher than 73 it will be. Yeah, I suspect most of the well, the TDI, is that turbo? Is that what that is? Turbo digital or something? Get over Boston, I'll descend back down so we can enjoy the scenery more. It's a certain amount of guilt for flying through somebody's airspace. And I didn't have to download one lick of ortho for this. Airspeed, yeah. I guess AS stands for airspeed. So 73, so my guess is set up for like 95 for pattern entry, and then 1 notch of flaps, and then second notch of flaps on final. See you, Lucas. You know, after I signed off last night, I just for a moment I looked at uh, where was I? Kingston. I brought up the sunset. Man, that was friggin' gorgeous. I sat there with my mouth open. I wish I would have done that before I signed off. 77 knots for final, 73 knots short final, I guess. So, yeah, okay. Seems like this has got to be a really safe airplane. Except for the weather. The weather's always the wild card for airplanes like this. That's where the stats keep piling up on another crash, another crash, another crash. Icing or low visibility. Now it shows me going to Boston, but where's my... By the way, it doesn't show that I can show any weather here. Let's go to the flight plan. My flight plan didn't go all the way. Okay, so I gotta add it. KMTH. I gotta zoom in. I can't see. See, its font is way too small. And it always starts on 0. C. That's marathon. KMHT. Ooh. Nope, can't do it. Okay. 15 knots, that's it. Huh? That's on the low side, but still, you know. Low wing airplanes seem to handle crosswinds much better than the high wings. So that'll be Boston right there. So not a lot of complaints about this airplane. I mean, it's you know, I would think that the Baron would be as fun to fly, except for the fact that it doesn't have an altitude knob for some stupid reason. It's got the window, but no altitude knob. So this is basically, I don't think it's got an altitude knob here, and it's got a blank spot over here. So having an altitude window is about useless because, I don't know. Seems strange to me. Yeah, flying over this with Google Maps would be cool. I must have shut off all the landmark things too, which I could turn that back on. I don't like these friggin' tooltips in here. Yeah. Hey, Charpentier. Yeah, I saw a thread over in their forum. I don't know if it's a bug or it was just not, they chose a bearing that didn't have an altitude knob. But then, if that's the case, then why have the altitude window? And it would strike me as weird, honestly. But I'll say, with the default Cessna Golden Eagle 421, there's no altitude selector on it. Even though that thing will fly up to like flight level 230 or something, you have to monitor your altitude manually in the default. You can get one installed in the real airplane. Yeah, 25. Okay. Yeah, high wing airplanes. If it's a high wing, you're talking about the 15 knots. That makes sense. I used to have more fun landing in crosswinds with Cessnas than I did with Pipers. It seems with like when you got in the ground effect with the Pipers, it was just boring. Very seldom did I have to really do anything. And this is low wing like a Piper. I think the wing on, well, probably the same height wing. Thereabouts. Piper sits fairly low. Or Warrior and Archer, they sit pretty low. So there's Boston. Right there. Somebody said you can change this. You can make it, because when you're looking at things from a distance, sometimes they look screwy like this, almost like pyramids. They said there's a setting you can change to make them look better from a distance, but I don't remember what it is. But as you get closer, this will straighten itself out. But there's a way, if you want to look at it from a distance, that you can make it look better. Oh, the Bonanza's messed up too, huh? They need to fix these. They need to get serious and fix them. there's the airport right there. So we're doing 109 knots. Okay, so how far are we from Boston, or from there? Let's see, we gotta lose 5,000 feet, 15 miles, so we got a little bit, but we'll descend here just a little bit, just so we can see things better. That's, you know, that's alright. If there is a way to make that look better, I could try it. But you lose something, I think you lose some textures or something, if you do that. Not that awful big of a deal to me. Strange bridge right there. I mean, this part looks okay. Don't know what's going on right there. It's sad to hear that about the Bonanza. Alright, let's go down to... Let's try 4,000 first. 4,500. And let's BS. Down, I meant the other down. See how that looks from there. That looks good. Looks good all the way out to there at least. I mean, they definitely should be proud of the way that they did at least the visual part of this thing. There's so many opportunities here. Wow, just flew over Marseille and it's amazing. It looks so real. The city is really beautiful, really. And now, see, I have to go there. I'll do Hawaii and then I'll have to try Marseille. But overall, I'm not unhappy with this airplane at all. I think my expectations have come down. You know, it is what it is, and you know, just recognizing that these are very low-res screens and the fonts are wrong. you know, functionally it seems to work okay. I can add fixes to the flight plan. Hopefully I can remove fixes from the flight plan. Hopefully I can do a direct to. See if I go to flight plan. I'm already doing a direct to. For some reason it lost my cursor. And if I do a direct to, just for fun. Oh, see, it didn't copy my direct to fix right there, so clear. Oh, and clear doesn't remove it back. Interesting. So I have to click direct, yeah. Some bugs there. Due from the Alps to Marseille, flying over the French Riviera in Provence. Where in the Alps? Alps is kind of big, right? That's kind of like the big. What was the name of that town we were talking? Pilot guy and I were talking about some airplane or airport in the Alps up in the northern Italy. I forgot what it was called. Look at that down there. That's just gorgeous. Lugano, that's right. I could fly from Lugano over to Marseille. How's that? And then back. And you know, if I had a light jet like a Citation Mustang or something like that, that's what I'd be tempted to take. But I could take a TBM. I could take a TBM on that. I watched a Citation Mustang flight into Lugano, and it was just beautiful. I'd never seen it before except for that one flight, which was, on YouTube. And I was like just blown away with how just gorgeous it was. And like I said, when I was flying, I'm almost certain it was FSX, may have been prepared, but I did a flight in the Mustang north down along the French-German border, and I was in France, on the France side. I was flying over the Alps, and it was kind of boring, and then I came over the mountains on the south, I think the southeast side, just looking straight down out of the cockpit. And even though it was the crappiest, it wasn't even photoreal. It was just whatever they call it, unprepared. And I just sat there staring at it going, this has got to be the most beautiful place on earth. That's what I thought in that moment. So now I've got to go look. And while I no longer think that is the most beautiful place on earth, I certainly do think it's one of them. Very interesting reflections here. Visually, this sim, it knocks it out of the park. You have to hold your nose and go in here and go, oh God, what's it gonna do this time? But then you look up and back to whatever this is, the reality of that. It's true. Oh, how far am I? If I don't descend real soon, I might have to circle around the area a few times. See, I'm at 4,500 feet, so I've got to descend another, roughly 3,000 feet. So really, 9 miles. I'm 22 miles away. I might just circle around a few times just for the fun of it. Yeah, you're right. If I could bring up Google Maps, Google Maps app, and just see what city that was right there. typically show over here. I guess if somebody said Sim Toolkit Pro works with this, but I've also heard that if you hook anything up to SimConnect, the frame rate takes a hit. So until that issue is resolved, I'm not touching SimConnect. Yeah, let's do this. And the funny thing is I haven't even looked at the fall or this winter. I hope they don't cover the whole place with snow. Because, that's not the way the real world works. There's, you have to go way up into Canada where it's covered with snow all the time. Most of the time, it's going to be brown, crappy looking with little spots of snow here and there. And then occasionally they'll get the whole area get inundated by snow again, and then it'll melt. So I hope they don't, white out the whole north. I went to Chicago one year, and I lived in New Jersey, and I can attest to the fact that they do have sometimes, not every year, but sometimes they'll have a whole month where they're covered with snow, even up to 6 weeks. But most of the time, it's just brown and boring and cold. So yeah, I'm not gonna rush down here. I'm enjoying this view. That's gorgeous. Little color correction's got to happen right here. That looks real. That looks, looks like somebody went at it with a can of bright green spray paint or something. Doesn't look bad. Just doesn't look right. That's all. Yeah, I would guess. My guess is that they won't sell as many airports in this sim, those third-party airports in this sim. I don't know. After I land, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go. Where are you going? Whoa, hello. You just decided to take a little trip? See what it does. I didn't do that. Oh. Did a controller ask for S-turns that I'm not aware of? We got the notorious self-maneuvering stands in Marseille. Look at this thing. What is it doing? Oh, no. No. Whoa. I don't know what it's doing. Interesting. on its own. Alright. It's probably angry at me that I haven't descended. We're just going to fly over the area and come back. We got to go to the north side anyway. We'll fly right over the top, and then I'll get us ready and we'll land. See if it's sorted itself out. Well, still an altitude hold, at least it. To keep clicking the autopilot, it doesn't take. Very weird. Okay, so we're flying by hand. Means I don't get to. I don't get to look around as much as I wanted to. Okay. Transfer. Flight director off, turn it back on. Hit AP. Now it's in pitch. Let's go heading. Now let's go ALT. And let's try it again. Nope. It killed the autopilot. Ah. Oh, no. I'm in heading mode, so nav. Yeah, I would say the autopilot is just borked right now. Autopilot off. Okay, so where are we? We're about 7 miles from the airport. Here, we'll go over here. Here's the airport. Everything kind of turned a shade of green. Down to 3,500. So this is New Hampshire. Not a very big fan of that green. Hopefully they'll get that fixed. Looks okay. Well, hard to know. So set up here on you know, I'll come around. I'll come this way, and then I'll come around and set up on a base. Pilot guy, have you tried flying this airplane yet? What do you think of it? This is runway 17, I think. Seven. That lake looks frozen. Well, it actually doesn't look frozen. It looks frozen, but the water's moving. Okay, yeah, we'll just keep going down. Let me set 1,000 feet. No, let's go this way. Very realistic looking. Apart from the green tint. What is my flap speed? Must be down here somewhere. Here we go. 110. All right, let's put in flaps 1. So 77 on final. Come on. They're going to be a little high. Landing flaps set to at 90. Come on, don't do that. So I've got 24% load. I can see the Pappies on the right side near the first taxiway. I've got 32. Come on, let's try 38. Let's try 40. About 37, 38 should work. Wow, this looks really good. Very sensitive nose wheel steering of this thing. But what a nice looking airport. Flaps up. Pido. Oh, look at me. I transferred all that fuel and I landed like that. What a putz. So yeah, I did what you didn't do. I would have had to circle for a while. I was, you know, it's like this. Low fuel right tank, no joke. But look at this airport. Wow. This is what I mean. I mean, you get a believable looking airport like this. Why would you go spend 20 bucks for an airport? What a weird nose wheel. See, so lights. Landing light off, taxi light on. Icing, flaps, transponder. it. I mean, I suspect the price of airports will come down quite a bit. Except for those great big ones, maybe. I'll have to go to some of them and see what they look like. You know, after I get this thing. Does this thing have a free cast ring nose wheel, pilot guy? See how it just it's much different than the other airplanes. Alright, so let's see. Parking brake. There it is. Okay. And I'll let it burn off. So, wow, you know, I wish I could just transport to Myrtle Beach from right here. You know, you can't, I don't think you can do that. Oh, yes you can, maybe. Oh, no you can't. You can only go on your flight. Oh, but that's cool. Look, you can actually go to your descent point. Maybe? Cruise? I'll have to try that. So I'm going to go to Myrtle Beach because, you know, I worked there. I used to work there. Let me go to the main menu. I'll be right back. Continue. Yep. Be right back in just a second. Back. Okay, where world map? I just want to go take a look at this. KMYR. And let's just fly. You know, that's just one of their standard airports there. It wasn't major improvement. I'm just curious about some other airports that have not been much improved to see how they are, because you know the thing about X-Plane and FSX is a lot of times you find these airports, oof, they look a little rough. They should change the music every so often, shouldn't they?
Myrtle Beach Tower, Diamond Alpha, Sierra, X-Ray Golf, Sierra, ready at runway 18 departing straight out.
Okay.
Diamond Alpha, Sierra, X-Ray Golf.
No. Oops. So let's go up in the drone and take a look at how this particular airport looks. External, no showcase. Free camera, drone, that's okay. And then let's close that. And let's go up like this. Now it's missing a control tower right there. So that sucks. And let's see, we gotta use these keys. Alright. And drone speed. Okay, so while it's a believable terminal, okay. Alright, and there's no buildings over here hardly at all. Okay, so that's the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? You can kind of get, just looking at the photo reel over here. The base, I think the FBO is right there. And there's hangars here, here, and here, and there should be hangars over here. And there should be ballpark lights up here. This doesn't look, well, alright, hold on. Gotta figure out how to move. These buildings are not nearly this big, and they don't have peaked roofs, nothing like that. That doesn't look too awfully bad. You get the further away from the airport, you get the more realistic it looks. Yeah, I'll say this. I've seen two renditions of Myrtle Beach. One was a freeware on Prepared, and one was a pre-made one for a payware one for Prepared. A free one for X-Plane, a payware one for Prepared. And up close to the airport, the payware one was pretty decent. And the X-Plane one was okay, not great. It was okay. But then this part was almost completely neglected by both. There was photoreal on the Prepared one, but it was no buildings at all. And so now it's got buildings, and over here they've got a little malls and a movie theater and stuff like that. And this lake, this is a man-made lake that they made when they closed the Air Force Base. And they turned this all into really shops and all this. Yep, and there's the entrance. That looks realistic. The entrance here looks really good. And so what about all those hotels that should be up and down this coast? Nunca. Just a couple right over there. These should be hotels all the way up and down. Very, and there are some short ones, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of tall ones too. So, but okay, so let's look over here. Well, I'd fly in here, except it really irks me that they don't have any hangars or a control tower. I'll have to tell Vertical Sim because he wants to make one. Let's see, W. Let's see what this looks like out here. Now I suspect that the Outer Banks is going to look really good. Yeah, see, some of these should be really tall. Right around here, these should be way, this is the bottom floor. It goes up to maybe this tall. All of these big footprint hotels, needs a lot of work. They've got AI folks working on that. And how about what they call Broadway at the beach? Let's go over there. So I think, is that US 17 right there? Doesn't, well, yeah, it is. I think that's US 17, so that means Broadway at the beach would be right there. There it is. Okay, so let's go over there. It's actually a really nice place. I'm not for cheesy things like Broadway at the beach, even though they do have a lot of theaters there, a lot of live shows. Um, but this is a great place to just get out and walk around with the family. Yep, that's what that is. And it looks decent. Wish I could see the boardwalks. These are all boardwalks all the way around here. This is actually an upside down house, mansion, really. It's kind of boring on the inside, but it looks cool from the outside. Yeah, that's the best I've seen in any sim by far. So yeah. What's that round thing? I don't know what that is. Yeah, and this is a miniature golf place right here. So that is supposed to be, what's the place called? It's a place where kids go in with these little electronic magic wands and to different displays, and they try to solve a puzzle. I can't remember the name of it. My kids used to love that place. But in terms of Myrtle Beach itself, from here, this looks really good. I actually took a flight from here. I got paid to do some aerial photography. I was in a Cessna 172 with the door open. I was freezing my ass off. Like we were at about 1,000 feet in slow flight over over what's called Pawleys Island, which is south of here. And I was leaning out of the airplane, freezing, taking pictures of oyster beds and dolphins. So, real curious. Way, way down there. I'm not going to go down that far. I hear birds. Let's go north. Yeah, I lived in 3 or 4 places around here when I was in the Air Force. And this is North Myrtle, and there's a airport up here somewhere. Okay, I know where this is. Yeah, that's a restaurant right there. Oh, look at that. Just imagine flying over this low altitude like this. I don't know what these peak buildings are. They need to fix that. What is that? Okay, so this is a Walmart shopping center here. Don't know what all these are. I don't remember. I might not even know. And then this used to be the big mall, and now it's Bass Pro Shop and a bookstore. It's nice, still nice. And so the airport should be right up here. Yep, there it is. North Myrtle Beach Airport. Used to be a pretty busy place. Just imagine just getting some slow airplane and just cruising along, pissing everybody off. And then this was the nice area. This is Little River right here. And then Wilmington, and then the Outer Banks is further up. And then Calabash, which is real famous for its seafood. Wow. Looks really good, guys. I gotta tell you. It's the airport itself needs obvious work. You know, there's some airports that I would just buy automatically, and since I've got a connection to that one, I would buy it, but other folks might not. Just for me, you know, if I can figure out how to make it. And why don't we go up to Kill Devil Hills, which I've been to the Outer Banks quite a few times. Let's see, so where is it? I've got to look it up. It's ID. There's Hatteras. There's Manteo. So is it right there? Yeah, KFFA. All right, so I'm impressed visually. I mean, it reminds me of FSX, which had, if we are all fair, it had much worse systems, and people sort of banded together to fix it. KFFA. Okay, so and then we'll just fly.
Tower Diamond Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra at runway 21 ready for takeoff departing straight out. Diamond Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra cleared for takeoff runway 21 departing straight out approved.
All right. Let's go. Yep. It looks pretty good. Alright, so let me get oriented here for a second. This is the Wright Brothers Museum, I'm pretty sure. And they do biplane flights out of here, up and down. Um, and let's see. How do I rotate down? No, down. Okay, so hmm, this hmm, ooh, I want to say that this is the runway that the Wright brothers used. I'm surprised it's defined that well. Unless they've cut the grass or something to make it so we could see the runway. But it's not a runway. I mean, it was simply flat, and there was a piece of metal down here that they had the airplane on. That's a museum right there, actually. So it's pretty cool inside there. But yeah, they had some sheds. This was all that was here, just these sheds, and they just took off into the wind. And then in terms of the area, oh, and hold on, let me turn. This is a gigantic sand dune that people do a lot of. They'll get a kite. There's a place called Cliggs Kites. Um, I thought Cliggs Kites was over here. But you go over there, you get a kite, and some people actually like kind of surf on this. It's pretty cool. Unless, hold on, maybe I've got the wrong place. I think it's actually, it may be actually further down. That may be it up there. Because the dunes came right up to Cliggs Kites before. Hold on. W. I think that's it up there. It looks pretty decent. Doesn't have enough houses, I think. Or does it? Oh, I guess it does. Yeah. They get really crammed together when you get a little bit further south of here. I mean, these things are, with global warming, these suckers are going in the water. They're close. You know. I mean, this is essentially a gigantic sand dune, what all this is. Yeah, this is it. So Cliggs Kites is right over here. You can see how big that thing is. Yeah, people kind of surf down these things and they fly kites and everything. The wind's really strong. But yeah, wow. The water looks good. Well done. I'll have to keep exploring, but man. So next is going to be, my next flight's going to be Hawaii. I think whoa. Oh. I'm going to take off, and I'll probably do it this afternoon. I've got a couple things I'm going to take care of. But then I'll probably, while it's still daylight, I'm going to do a flight probably from Oahu to Kauai. I don't know how long of a flight that is. Just fly around a little bit. And, maybe this plane because it's so easy. Well, I don't know. Maybe something a little quicker. Depends on how long the flight is. But that's what I'd probably do. Just keep exploring. So yeah, this is a really solid foundation for a sim. Alright guys, you guys been real quiet lately. Make sure my mute's not on. But I hope you enjoyed all that. Man. Yep, Outer Banks. Nice place to visit. Lots of interesting stuff to talk about. Just, you pick any place and it's lots of interesting things to talk about. There's wild horses up north of here. If you know who Andy Griffith is, he used to live actually right down there in a little town called Manteo. Yep, true story. That's where I think he died. Anyway, I'm done for now. I'll see you guys maybe in a few hours. Load up in Hawaii someplace, and I've flown in Hawaii once with photoreal in X-Plane. We'll see how it compares. We'll take a look. All right.